Thanks for joining me here on Higher Ground. As we get into this perspective series, I want to share an underlying principle that I found in Numbers 13. Numbers 13:27 says, "And they told him, the 12 spies talking to Moses, 'We came to the land to which you sent us. It flows with milk and honey, and this is its fruit.'" But then verse 28 says something different. It says, "However, the people who dwell in the land are strong, and the cities are fortified and very large. And besides, we saw the descendants of Anak there." But then we have, out of those 12 spies, two people, Caleb and Joshua, who are found to be faithful. Caleb is quoted in Numbers 13, verse 30, and says, "But Caleb quieted the people before Moses, and said, 'Let us go up at once and occupy it, for we are well able to overcome it.'" Turns out that the 10 bad spies, or the 10 spies that gave the bad report, overpowered the report that Caleb gave and Joshua gave. Caleb and Joshua trusted in the Lord. But the underlying principle that I want to apply as we go through this perspective series is that Caleb and Joshua saw those exact same cities. They saw those exact same giants, and they saw the strong men. And yet, they believed God was greater. Then we turn over to Joshua chapter 14. And this is where Caleb is now 40 years older. They've wandered around in the wilderness, and Caleb is saying, "I want the land that I went out and spied. I want that land for my possession." And so now it says in Joshua 14, verse 12, "So now give me this country of which the Lord spoke on that day." This is interesting, for you heard on that day how the Anakim were there with great fortified cities. It may be that the Lord will be with me, and I shall drive them out just as the Lord said. Bit of context, Moses had said, based on the word of the Lord, that because Caleb's faithfulness had rung through, that he had trusted in the Lord, no matter the size of the giants or the size of the cities, that one day he would receive the land that he had scouted out. And so here in this perspective series, I want to apply that underlying principle, that we can see coronavirus. It's a big deal. It's real. It's obvious, and it's causing damage. But above it all, we can see that just like Caleb and Joshua, the giants are there, the fortified cities are there, and the big men are there. And yet God is greater. They saw God as greater. And in this perspective series, I want to show us that although Corona is here, although Corona is real, Creator is greater. Join me as we continue on in this perspective series for further devotionals to encourage us that even in this situation, we are not under Corona. Corona is under the Creator. May God bless you, and have a great day.